Hi, and welcome back to Regarding Love. This is my third video, and if you've joined me for the first time, my name's Dale. I'm a youth pastor from Durban, and this is just a little bit of a video blog or a vlog on things that are important to me, things that I believe about my faith. And something that I've been really watching and kind of thinking about in our world today is that we've become quite selfish in how we view others or how we view the world. It used to be that we used to take photos and look through lenses at others' lives, and we used to think, We'll capture this moment of these people. We'll capture that moment of that people. But now it's like we've turned the camera on ourselves, and everything has to be a selfie. And I know that seems weird to liken society to a selfie, but that's what it is. We've become so self-absorbed that we have to take the photos of us. It's no more about watching out and looking into the world or capturing moments of family through a camera. We need to be in it. We need to be the center of it. And we see this in society as well. When you look at human rights, and it's become such a fight because we all believe we have a right, and that's good. That's awesome. But the problem comes that when we think that my right is being encroached upon or being pushed down by that person's rights. And then all of a sudden we have fighting and everything just goes to pot. Because your rights are now wrong because they're encroaching on my rights. But the Bible kind of teaches us something totally different. When we think about God's love and we think about the greatest commandment, which is love God, love others, we start to see that there's no love me in that. Which seems to be a very different view from the world. It's not love me, love God, love others. It's not love God, love others, love me. It's love God, love others. So when Paul talks about in chapter 8 of 1 Corinthians, when he talks about how if what I am doing or the level of knowledge of truth that I have attained is encroaching upon you and leading you away from the Lord, then I am to stop it. But we as Christians believe we have the right in our freedom to do what we want to do. But here's the problem. If my freedom is stopping someone else from coming to the knowledge of Jesus Christ as the Lord and Savior, then I am just as much in prison as that person. Because my rights as a Christian mean nothing compared to God's love and God's plan for those people. Paul even says in chapter 9, where he talks about how he has this right and that right as a preacher and as an apostle. He has the same rights as to get married. He has the same rights to ask for money from the Corinthian church. He has all these rights, but he chooses not to take them. Why? Because if you read, the Corinthian church had a very interesting view and love of money. Rich people were getting away with sin because they didn't want to chase them out the church. They wanted to keep the money in the church. So Paul had realized that money was a stumbling block to them. And even though was his right to get a salary from the church, he decided that he would forego that right so as not to be a stumbling block to the church. And God honored him for that. What right are you trying to exercise right now that is stopping someone from coming to the Lord? because it's your right. Paul even says, no, not everything is beneficial. I mean, everything is permissible, but not everything is beneficial. Is your right not beneficial to someone else's walk with Christ? It doesn't say we must just stop there. It says we should stop what we're doing, go back to them, and walk a road with them. Are you allowing your rights and your pride to stop you from showing love to someone? Just as it is your right to exercise your relationship with God in freedom, so it is their right to feel God's love from you. Isn't that beautiful? It says here, so I do not run aimlessly, I do not box as one beating the air, but I discipline my body, I keep it under control, lest after preaching to others, I myself shall be disqualified. I don't want my rights and my desire to keep my rights to disqualify me in someone's eyes, and therefore they never come to know Jesus Christ. If my life causes someone else to utter the words that because of him, I never want to be a Christian. If my rights causes that of someone, then I've lost the plot. Because it's not about my rights. It's about God's love. And He desires a relationship with each and every one of you. It's not about your rights. God's plan. God's love. God bless.